One of the most influential people of the 1980s was the 40th President of the United States of America, Ronald Reagan. This is the story of his rise and how he ended up finding himself in the Oval Office. Reagan first started off as a radio announcer in Des Moines, Iowa, radio announcing over sports games and often Iowa football games throughout the area.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a rainy day here in Iowa City, and the Gophers and the Hawkeyes are slated for an exciting matchup. Jack Manners runs it in for a 53-yard touchdown and seal the deal for the Golden Gophers. Jack Manners, another rushing touchdown. Man, he's had an amazing game tonight.
In 1934, Reagan gained the attention of producers at Warner Bros., and he eventually became an actor there, starring in many B movies. George.
Yes, Rock?
George, this telegram just arrived from Walter Camp. You've been named fullback of his All-American team.
You gotta be kidding me, Rock.
No, it's true, George. You're gonna be alright, kid.
I haven't got a complaint in the world, Rock. I'm not afraid. When the boys go back out there, tell them to give it all they got for the Gipper.
Cut! Hey, nice job out there, man.
Thanks, Randy. Means a lot.
Hey, what's your name again?
Ronald Reagan.
Nice to meet you, Ron.
Hey, man, you did great out there.
Thanks, man.
You're gonna go places one day.
Good luck. After military service, Reagan returned in 1948 to Warner Bros., only to realize the rising state of communism in Hollywood. What's up, Ron? You know what time it is by any chance?
Yeah, it's a 6:15. Why?
I heard there's supposed to be some big radio broadcast going on right now. Something real important. I think we should listen to it.
Alright, I'll check it out.
It seems that communism has found its way to America. More and more cases of suspected communists have been showing up in Hollywood, and it's starting to become a growing and growing issue causing corruption within California itself. This is not something that should be taken lightly.
Not good at all.
Hey, stop right there, buddy. Is your name Ronald Reagan?
Yes, it is. Why?
I've got some evidence here that says you're a part of the Communist Party.
I am no communist. Don't ever think I'm with the Communist Party.
What do you think? In 1953, Reagan became the president of the Screen Actors Guild to combat communism in Hollywood. Mr. Reagan, what do you think is the greatest issue of our time right now?
Well, without a doubt, the greatest threat to the United States of America and democracy is the Soviet Union and the spread of communism.
In the 1964 presidential election, Ronald Reagan endorsed Barry Goldwater, and this is when he thrust his political career into effect by giving multiple speeches throughout his campaign.
You and I are told to believe that we have to choose between a left and right. I disagree. I'd like to suggest that there is no left or right, but only an up and a down.
After Goldwater's loss in 1964, Reagan began his campaign for governor of California in 1966, where he would eventually win and serve 2 terms as California's governor.
The unanswered question is, what has Ronald Reagan ever done for the state of California? Other than make a B-list movie? Come on! He is clearly not qualified enough to govern the great state of California.
I know you've heard a great deal about my lack of experience, and it's true. But I know when it comes to getting something done, maybe you should choose a person who knows no limitations of what they can do. Thank you all very much. Together, we'll make California a prosperous state in this great nation.
After serving 2 successful terms as California's governor, Reagan would then enter the political race against President Jimmy Carter in 1980.
Governor Reagan, as a matter of fact, campaigned around this country against Medicare and Medicaid. And now we once again have an opportunity to nationalize it across the country. But typically, Governor Reagan is against such proposals.
Here you go again. This is untrue, Mr. Carter, as instead I favored a different piece of legislation for nationalized health care in this country. However, I have one last question to ask the American people. Were you better off now or 40 years ago? Were you more prosperous as you were 4 years ago? Was the United States more respected than it was 4 years ago? If your answer to those questions is yes, your choice is quite clear. If not, may I present an alternative option for the American people?
Here again is Walter Cronkite.
Ronald Reagan appears to be heading toward a landslide electoral victory tonight across the United States and all sections of the country. Georgia has gone to him, his native state, and the District of Columbia. But all the other states are shown in blue that Reagan has won. Now with Alabama, as you saw, just added to that number. Carter's states show in red. It means that in electoral vote, Ronald Reagan now has 177 electoral votes to Jimmy Carter's 15 electoral votes. Our sample precincts in those states, Missouri has gone to Ronald Reagan. That was a state that it was believed that Carter would hold this year. And New Mexico, a state which also the Reagan people had thought might go to Carter, just might go, has gone to Ronald Reagan.
That I am disappointed tonight, but I have not lost either love. Thank you very much.
Ronald Reagan as the next president of the United States, the oldest man ever to be elected to that job in his first term at 69 years old, and he breaks several other precedents as well. He will be the first former Union president to occupy the White House, the first former sports announcer, the first former actor, and the first divorced man ever to be elected to the presidency.
I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear
I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of the President of the United States of America,
the office of President of the United States of America,
and to the best of my ability,
and to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you all. Thank you all very much.
Mr. President, are you okay? You've been wounded. Let's go. Let's go. Get us out of here. Hang in there, Mr. President. You're gonna be okay. All right, we're gonna get you somewhere safe. Let's go.
By its very existence and character, Berlin remains one of the most compelling arguments for an open world. We are reminded of the many traditions of openness and democracy that mark the history of this city. America, miss me.
Mr. President, you are already the oldest president in history, and some of your staffers claimed that you were tired after your recent encounter with Mr. Mondale. I recall that President Kennedy had to go for days on end with very little sleep during the Cuba Missile Crisis. Is there any doubt in your mind that you would be able to function in such circumstances?
Not at all, Mr. Stewart. And I also want you to know that I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit, for political purposes, my opponent's youth and inexperience. My fellow Americans, this is the 34th time I speak to you from the Oval Office, and the last. We've been together for 8 years now, and soon it'll be time for me to go. It's been an honor of my life to be your president. Nancy and I are grateful for the opportunity you gave us to serve. My friends, we did it. We weren't just marking time. We made a difference. We made the city stronger and freer and left her in good hands. All in all, not bad. Not bad at all.
And so, goodbye. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.